Hi guys, this is topic one, lesson one. We're going to begin with vocabulary. I'm only going to put a few vocabulary words on for each little video. That way the videos are not very long, and I'll label each of the videos with the words that are on there. So if you don't understand what the word is, you can look at it. And I'm also going to eventually probably turn this into a resource folder for you, so you can look back and understand what all of these things are. Okay, our first vocabulary word is fraction. One of the things that people don't understand about a fraction is anything that is a fraction and only a fraction that does not have a whole number attached to it is between the numbers 0 and 1. Some people think that fractions are like really big numbers. Fractions are in between 0 and 1, which means if we were talking about money, that would be between 1 cent and 99 cents. So don't think of a fraction as something that's really big. All fractions, all decimals are in between 0 and 1 unless they have a whole number attached to it, and then they're between that whole number and the next whole number. Okay, so for our word fraction, I'm going to give you an example. A fraction could be something similar to 2/5. And when you see a fraction in math class, the fraction can be written a couple different ways. It can be written 2/5, or it can be written as 2 to 5 as a ratio, or another way that we could write the ratio is 2 to 5 by using a colon. So all of those things mean the same thing, and a lot of people don't know that also about a fraction. The last thing you need to know about a fraction is that this is the part to a whole. So in other words, if there was a pizza pie and there were 5 total pieces and you ate 2 of them, you ate 2 parts of the 5 whole pieces. So there were 5 whole pieces there and you ate 2 of them, you ate 2/5 of the pizza. Okay, that's what a fraction means, and that's one of the things that you have to know for 8th grade. Second thing you have to need to know for topic one is equivalent. Equivalent is the fancy 8th grade term, the fancy vocabulary word for equals. Now, here's what is weird about this, and I'm always going to try to tell you why do we have to learn these words. The reason that they say equivalent, sometimes they're going to try to fool you by saying 2/5. Well, 2/5, guys, is written like that if it was a fraction. But if I take 2/5 and I write it as a decimal, which we're going to learn in this topic, 2/5 turns into 0.4 because 2 divided by 5 is 0.4. So if I do 2 divided by 5, which looks weird because you're cutting a small number, you're dividing it by a bigger number. Well, if you put a decimal in and you add a 0 that you learned a while ago, move your decimal up, and 20 divided by 5 will give you 4. And that's how you get 4/10. So 4/10 and 2/5 are known as equivalent. They're the same exact thing, but they're written in 2 different forms. One's written as a decimal, one's written as a fraction, but they're equivalent. And it could be something as simple as a power of 10. You could say 10 squared is equivalent to 100, because 10 squared means 10 times 10, and 10 times 10 is equal to 100. The last vocabulary word that we have in this video is the mixed number. Mixed number is when you have a whole number and you throw the fraction in there. So we could have something for as simple as 5 and 2/5. So up here we had the number 2/5 written as a fraction, which is in between 0 and 1. But down here, 5 and 2/5 is where we have a whole number. So 5 and 2/5 is somewhere in between 5 and 6. Okay, this is your whole number. That's your fraction. Together, they make a mixed number. That's all you need to know for those three. But those are just the 8th grade things that you may want to keep in mind.